Welcome to the Spiritually Empowered Podcast, your virtual sanctuary for soul growth, spiritual healing, divine purpose, and conscious manifestation. Together we'll explore mysticism and magic, Buddhist and yogic teachings for inner liberation, shamanic energy medicine, psychic development, and tools to wield your power and protect your energy during this time of global awakening. I'm Ashley Coleman, ordained shamanic minister, advanced energy medicine practitioner, spiritual teacher, and devoted student of life's deepest mysteries. I'm here to help you alchemize ancient soul wounds, reclaim your power, and rise into your sacred calling to bring healing to this world in a way that only you can. I'm so honored to be here with you. Let's dive in. Hi, gorgeous soul, and welcome back to Mystic Monday. I am your host, Ashley Coleman, ordained shamanic minister, advanced energy medicine practitioner, and lifetime seeker and mystic. Ever since I was a child, I would search for the truth. Things on the surface never satiated me. I needed to know what was happening in the paranormal world, what was happening underneath the surface. And if you resonate with that, you're in the right place. We are truth seekers. So how about we start with a deep breath? And I love to drop us in. So imagining, if you're open to it, at the base of your spine, beautiful roots. Softening your tailbone down towards the earth, relax your shoulders, and growing those roots down into the dark, wet soil of Mother Earth. And this is about rooting into the now moment, returning to the sacred now, returning to your power, your peace, where everything is waiting for you. Your wisdom, your spirit guides, everything that serves your highest and your greatest good is waiting for your return deeper into the sacred now. And as you breathe, grow your roots down, down, down. Say hi to Mother Earth. And breathing up from the earth, loosening your body, sitting up tall wherever you are. And just feel the strength of your spine, that beautiful Sushumna Nadi, as yoga calls it, the gateway of light. This is a spiritual highway for pranic energy, for life force energy. And imagining that beautiful spine and gateway of life force energy clear. Breathing up and down the spine, doing some energy healing to start us off today. And then at the crown of your head, like a beautiful waterfall, feel God's light. Whatever you call it, feel the source of unconditional love pour into the crown of your head. Be illuminated. And the energy field around your body, which we can measure, grows in size. As this light pours in, expand the size of your energy field. Just imagine that happening now. It's growing in luminosity and size. And those are two ways to be in your power in the spirit world. It's the size of your energetic field and the luminosity of your field. And in different Western occult practices, they'll imagine sitting on top of the earth, expanding the size of your energetic blueprint. And an expanded field is associated with power and love and influence. As you breathe, expanding your field and expanding the light, the luminosity that's created from the crown of your head, and let it fill your body now. And to go an extra step, I always love to set energetic boundaries. You can command out loud, I am only open to holy love. I revoke all negative energies now from my field. My field is sealed off from taking on energies that don't serve love. Feel your energy field sealed and protected. When we grow our spiritual strength and power like you're doing right now, that comes with greater responsibility, right? A bright light attracts moths. And so the more you grow the power of your field, the more you need to seal it off with your vocal command. And by the way, I have an entire free energetic mastery bundle that walks you through a morning meditation, an evening meditation, and a whole PDF training on verbal commands, why they work, how they work, and then 2 pages of my favorite commands. So go grab that. Make sure you have that free meditation or that free bundle. And I hope you are wonderful. Happy new week. We are deep into the Aries energy, a lot of fire. I know some of you are sharing your astrology signs in the comments, and keep doing that. I love to hear. But before we go in, let's just take another deep breath. And if you would, just feel the difference. How do you feel now that you've tapped in, you've cleared that Sushumna Nadi, that great river of light through your spine? How do you feel now that you've replanted your roots into the mother, into Mother Earth? Softening your belly, be in your breath. You are as connected to your power as you are connected to your breath. There is a center right at the belly button. Maybe it's a little bit lower at the belly button, like an inch lower, called the lower Dantian. And I believe it's from Taoism, and it's all about the center of your power. I used to feel totally anxious in the grocery stores when I was in my addiction, my 7-year addiction to pot. I would feel just absolute terror in like going out into the world. And once I got sober and started to do yoga and have this awakening of that I'm a healer and I'm a light worker, and here's why I felt like I don't fit in, and here's why I've struggled with all of these things, because I am here as a curse breaker for my family, not for them, but for me, and it impacts them. I started to train my physical body to hold more spiritual power. This is very Aries. This is very fire horse. If you're familiar with the year that we're in, to hold greater power in your body. And your core is your core. It is the place of lustrous gems in yoga, the Manipura chakra, the place of lustrous gems, the place of your individuation, of your identity, of your ego. And it is a more masculine center. So if you're not familiar, we have 7 main chakras. Chakra is an Indian word that means wheel. And this is our energetic blueprint. So from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, you have an energetic template. And energy organizes matter. So every issue, challenge, pattern, addiction, habit, whatever we want to change, can be tracked back to the energetic and spiritual root cause. What's the root cause of my addiction? What's the energetic, spiritual root cause of depression? And that is what I love to do here. I committed my life to finding the root cause, the spiritual root cause. And I've trained with amazing shamans in the high Andes Mountains of Peru in shamanic energy medicine to learn how to track the soul, to see where did the interruption happen? For example, maybe you've attracted partners that cheat, and you keep trying and trying, and you keep going back into the same pattern, that annoying pattern that keeps happening. Maybe the income is stagnant at one level. The root cause is in the energetic body. So the chakras are that template of energy. The crown chakra is your connection to the heavenly realms, to oneness. Your root chakra is connected to the earth. And every chakra is associated with different ailments and different healing tools. And let me know if you want me to go into the chakras deeper. I've been training in yoga for over a decade and just am in love with that system. So let me know below if you want me to go into that. But the Manipura chakra, the belly, that is our center of personal power. So what I trained myself to do in going out into public, wanting to feel my power, wanting to feel my peace for the first time ever, really, I started to breathe and control my breath. That's step 1 to personal power and training your nervous system to be in an expanded state. When your breath is stagnant, you go into a fear state and your energetic field around you collapses. And that's fear. Fear is a shrunken energetic state. Love is an expanded energetic state. When love enters the room, when somebody who loves themselves genuinely enters the room, they have a very large energetic field that can be measured. Love produces a greater energetic field than fear. Love is, and yes, we can measure this. Love is an expanded state of consciousness where your energetic blueprint, your template, is big. It can be measured up to 6 feet outside the physical body. And there's Heart Math Institute. That's a really great resource, and they are studying this. So I trained myself to engage my core, to take deep belly breaths and to engage my core. So if you're somebody that wants to be in your power in the spirit world and in the physical world, these practices are necessary, they're simple, and we want to repeat them. Just like if we want muscles, we want to repeat the practice. That's how we install a new hardware, is repetition. So upon entering a store, hanging out with your family, whoever it is, always set your commands. I am not open to take on any emotions that aren't mine. And you can train your body, shoulders back, core engaged. It sounds so simple, but it really works. Tony Robbins talks about how the most rapid way to change your state is to change your body. No, not to get skinnier or not to judge yourself in that way, but to alter your body. Take a cold shower, start dancing, start moving, start running, change your physical experience, and that shifts your mind fast. And this was life-changing for me. And I teach this, and it's really, really empowering and necessary for the sensitive souls to find strength in their bodies, because you have strength in the spirit world. You're connected to your intuition. And you can't ground those spiritual insights without going down into matter. And this is why I'm in love with shamanism. So many spiritual people bypass Earth and they want to ascend and they want to blow up upwards and have these amazing experiences. And it's like, cool, but how do you ground that? How do you actually translate that to movement and how you live your life day to day? Because somebody that's enlightened, so to speak, and is in poverty, they're meant to be abundant. We're meant to have both spiritual and physical abundance. And that's a big topic, a little bit taboo. And so today I want to talk about uniting these two forces. And that's what April is about, the alchemical marriage. So there's 3 upper chakras. That's the throat chakra, how you express your will. The third eye chakra, that's about intuition, knowing, also depression. So every energy has a light and a shadow expression. Every single thing has a light and a shadow expression. Every zodiac sign has a light and dark side. Everything has duality, sun and moon, light and dark, feminine, masculine. They cannot exist without each other. And spiritual people often come into life, they're born, and they have really expanded upper chakras. Their crown chakra is expanded. By the way, if your crown chakra is too open, that causes problems. You can't turn your mind off. You go into depression and you go into existential crisis. So one way that I've learned to ground is to turn it off. I turn all my psychic gifts off now. Yes, too much psychic energy contributes to anxiety and depression because your system gets over flooded with information. And so your task is to wield your power, to channel at specific times and to really ground that energy so you can use those gifts to serve your most amazing life and others. So the upper three chakras are associated with higher understanding, your connection to the all. The lower three chakras, the root, the sacral, the belly or solar plexus, those are connected to your experience on earth. How secure and safe and activated in your identity. And a lot of spiritual people have a hard time with the lower chakras. They might feel enlightened, but have a hard time paying their bills. They might feel enlightened and in totality and oneness, but they don't know what direction to take in life. They feel lost. And those were all me. Or you feel boundless love, but you can't set a boundary for the life of you, right? That was so me. Not in every part of my life, but there were relationships where I was slowly dying in. And I was opening spiritually, but I felt like I could not walk away from these toxic experiences. The greatest spiritual experience is called being a human and actually bringing heaven to earth, uniting the upper and the lower. So that brings us to the heart. The heart chakra is the bridge between the upper three and the lower three chakras. The heart is where dualities come together, sun and moon, masculine, feminine. Rest and action, output and input, giving and receiving. This is the sacred binary truth of reality. And a state of healing and wholeness is harmony. Nobody has it done perfectly that I have found yet. Nobody has it perfectly, right? The spiritual people come from the higher realms of perfection. And so embodying into an imperfect world can feel downright shocking and very uncomfortable. And that was me. I had a really hard time grounding my spiritual gifts. And what's the point of having all these gifts if you don't wield them and use them in your life? So your heart is the place of unity. And the heart chakra is called anahata in Sanskrit. And anahata means unbroken and unbound. So the nature of your heart is already healed. Like the Buddha says, everyone has Buddha nature, like Christ says. The kingdom, the queendom, whatever of heaven is inside you. The heart is the seat of true knowledge embodied and spiritual wisdom that we live. So my fun assignment for you, that's what I like to call it, is to practice your power. Go grab that free bundle and use that anchoring of your lower dantian, your breath, increasing the size, the luminosity of your aura. And I know you are going to make some amazing change just by implementing those practices. This is about being a spiritual warrior, taking ownership, because maybe you're like, I want more money. I want more love. I want more, more, more. You are meant to want more, but you can't pour more into a glass that is one size. You got to expand the container of energy, of prana, and that container is your body. So fun assignment number one this week is, if you want to embody the teachings and not just hear them, but actually bring them into life and create sustainable change, is to practice those empowerments physically, energetically in your life every day. And two, to connect to your heart, because that is the bridge between worlds. That is where dualities come together. So what is the wisdom here? And you can take your awareness to the back of your heart and just listen, breathe. What is the wisdom that is propelling you forward? What is your sacred calling? We are in motion right now, the fire horse year. There's so much energy in Aries. Underthink overthink it. That's another challenge with spiritual people, is that often they overthink. Let me pull another card. No judgment. That was so me. Let me pull another card. Let me contemplate it. Just need to meditate. The inner work is feminine. The inner reality is feminine. The external motion outside is the masculine. So if you've been doing your internal stuff, it's time to step out from a place of power, which I've shown you some amazing practices, and I would love to hear how those support you. Your heart is the bridge between the heavenly energies and the earthly energies. And one more, because I like to give, is to give an offering to the earth. Lay a flower, place an incense, give something to the earth, and just say something like, I am ready to be in harmony with this 3D realm. This is my rebirth. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Earth, for providing for me, for being the immanence of God, the creation of God. Thank you for everything. Thank you for this place I get to live. And this is an act of gratitude that brings harmony into your connection to the earth, which also is your body, the vessel, the chalice that holds prana, life force energy. So that is what I have for you this week. It was a joy to be with you. Drop a comment below, a heart if this resonated with you, and would love to hear your zodiac sign and how this spoke to you, / any other teachings that you want me to go into. Thank you for being here. Love you, and see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you loved this episode, share it with somebody who you really feel would benefit from this message. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next episode.